When the AASBO board discussed giving the award to both Chris Thomas and Chris Cotterman, they talked about two individuals who have worked together to provide outstanding services to Arizona public schools, providing both legal and legislative information and support. From lawsuits against the state and representing public education at the legislature, they have and continue to support Arizona public schools.
Chris Cotterman and Chris Thomas are very important to me. Anytime I have a question about legislation or a question about legal issues related to education, those are the people that I go to. Nobody knows more in those areas, and nobody's more informative to me and to school districts.
By keeping schools informed about legislation and legal opinions, they help school districts keep aware of what needs to be done and informed of ways to comply with changing laws, regulations, and court decisions.
Chris Thomas does an amazing job of explaining some very difficult, dynamic legal cases and impacts that reverberate through our system and why it's important. So I very much appreciate that. He also responds to my emails, sends on anything from Supreme Court cases, legal pending cases, open meeting law, election issues, ballot measures. Thank you very much for your dedication and for all your support to public education. Dilly dilly to the second most famous Cotterman in his family. From his time at ADE to now at AASBO, Chris has always worked to understand the issues from school finance, and he's worked to make them better, and I appreciate that. I see and hear Chris everywhere. He's on committees I don't even know about. He's at the Arizona Town Hall. He's down at the legislature. He's working with the governor's office. He's tirelessly working to make Arizona the best place for public education.
Public schools have depended on their hard work, from the annual law conference to presentations at statewide conferences to advocating at the legislature and leading multiple webinars throughout the year. They are promoting public education and working for the 1 million students attending our public schools across Arizona.
As the chair of Friends of AASBO, I'm thrilled to be working with both Chris Thomas and Chris Cotterman. Our entire board feels exactly the same way. Both of these professionals bring their legal and legislative expertise to bear so that we can do great work for our students throughout Arizona.
I've known Chris Thomas for, a decade or more, and he's always been able to be relied upon for expert legal analysis, but to be honest, even more than that, such analysis is put into the context of a really thorough knowledge of the political situation, also of how such analysis plays out in terms of governing board relations. And as we know, to a superintendent, that's survival. And Chris is well aware of the nuances of those relations and how they play out for the superintendent. Now, moving on to Chris Cotterman, he's got really detailed background on not only the legislature, but the legislators themselves and their personalities. And speaking of personality, Chris Cotterman has one. And that's one of the things that makes him so enjoyable in meetings is he can be counted on for off-the-wall analysis. And actually, sometimes it's not even off the wall, it's not even in the room. But that's what we like about Chris, is he can add lightheartedness to an occasion.
I want to congratulate Chris Thomas and Chris Cotterman on their award. Their knowledge, dedication, and advocacy has been vital in the recent achievements of school districts, and their continued involvement will help ensure the continued success of public education in Arizona. Thanks again, gentlemen, for your work to support Arizona's children.
Congratulations to Chris Thomas and Chris Cotterman on being named this year's recipients to AASBO's Outstanding Service to Arizona Education Award.